Hello YouTube fam, how you doing? It's your Uncle Tim. This is Uncle Tim Rants and Reviews, the channel where I rant and I review. I'm your host, Uncle Tim. Fam, you know what? A lot of you all gonna say, man, all you doing is fear mongering. You're just causing and putting fear out into the community, man. You're scaring people. You talk about these videos every 2 or 3 months, give or take, or, every other month, but you always talk about people quitting. Dude, I'm in these groups and people are quitting. They're talking about selling their shit, but they're talking about nobody's buying at the prices that they want for this stuff. You gotta damn near give your shit away. And see, that's the problem right now. With so many uncertainties happening, people are starting to hang it up. People are starting to lose their damn jobs. And you sitting here thinking about collecting is a priority? This shit is not a priority. Dude, when shit happens, what you do, you start focusing on things that really, really are important. And that's what people are doing right now. They're, backing away. Even a lot of the resellers, the ones that I talk to on eBay, that I buy from, and we talk from time to time. And they're like, man, I'm cutting back. I understand you're a value customer, man, and I just want to talk to you, man. I'm cutting back. I feel right now that a lot of this is not, going my way, and I just really don't want to play into all of this, man. And I'm listening like, what are you talking about? Play into what? Man, right now the economy is jacked up, man. You don't know if you're still going to have your job. You don't know if you're going to be able to pay your bills. And collecting is just not on my, high priority list, man. Shit, having a roof over my head, you know, food on the table for my family, man, lights on, and, the utilities and all of that stuff. Those are priorities, man, and people are not understanding that. This is why, a lot of people are like, man. You notice a lot of people who used to watch a lot of toy tubers, man, their numbers are dropping. A lot of people are dropping YouTube as a general, man, and not just because they're tired of the content, man, because they're trying to do other shit. They're trying to keep their head above water, man. They're not trying to drown. And see, that's the thing. You could drown in debt. You can drown in sorrow. You could drown in pain. But one thing ain't no drowning in is toys, bro. When it's time to give it up, you got to walk away. I'm not saying I'm walking away. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying I'm quitting. I'm not saying that either. But what I'm saying is I could understand where people are coming from. That was one of the main reasons that I left Target and Walmart and all of them. Not just because of prices. It's because the availability of the toys, and sometimes some of the toys end up winding up at Ross and Didi's, man. And I'm like, damn, I was just about to pay full price for this. And, it's still at, your Target and Walmart, like that WWE Las Vegas Seth Rollins. It's still at Target and Walmart. And I'm like, I got it from Ross for like, the price I got it for. And the thing that I'm sitting here thinking to myself, and I want to make sure you all understand, everybody have a reason for tapping out. Everybody has a reason of saying, hey, look, man, this was my last ride. I'm out of here. I'm done with this right now. I done had enough. I just can't go any further with this, bro. And I understand that. And I've been getting that. And I've been listening to that. I've been hearing people plights, their stories, man, their, situations and why everything is going on. They have to take their kids out of Catholic schools, man, or private schools, or, they got to not go on as many vacations or any vacations at all. They got to cut back on a lot of shit. They were shopping at different stores. Now they're shopping at Family Dollar, Dollar Tree, and Dollar General. Man, my biggest issue, and I got to say this over and over again, man, don't get caught up in the Facebook, Instagram shit, man. And I'm serious, man. Them people put stories out there that make you think they live in this lush lifestyle, man. They on trips every other week, or every week they're in a different place. They visiting in a different country. You like, how the hell could they afford all this, man? Maybe they got some connections. Maybe they got some, brand deals. But man, that ain't you. And like I said, if you focus on what everybody else is doing, you'll mess your whole life up, man. And like I said, dude, I'm enjoying collecting, but you know what? I'm collecting what I like. It may not be a lot of people cup of tea. It just may not be. And, I could understand. I sat back and talked to some people. They've been offering to sell me their stuff. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself right now, I don't want to buy it because I'm just being honest. What I'm going to do with it, bro? I have no room for it. And two, man, money. I don't want to spend that much of money on something that, look, I'm just buying just for the hell of it. My thing is, look, if you're looking for a return on investment, you may not get it. The market situation is jacked up. Everything is going the way of the dinosaurs. Some of the places people used to sell things to, like, I'm gonna just throw like these toy stores out there, man. They're not making a lot of money. You may have a video game store that make money, but they got a lot of overhead, man, that eats up all their money. If you look at the toy store itself, how many people do you got coming buying toys? You got to make your toy store just like something like Retro Rick's, like a destination, somewhere to be, bruh. But anyway, you still may have problems, man. And the problems that I see in all of this is people don't understand one main situation. The main situation out of all of this is collectors are tired. They're tapped out. They're exhausted, man. It's just like, I can say this, and I hope people understand where I'm going with it. You only could collect what you could find. If I can't find it in store, I cannot find it online, in the online market or the secondary market, it's a wrap. And sometimes you can't find it no damn where, and you're sitting here like, man, I done had it. I'm tired. I'm frustrated. I'm ready to, walk away. I'm ready just to say, look, I need to do something else. And that's the thing that a lot of people don't understand. Your need to do something else. Your need to be like, man, I just want to, go in a different route. Man, because I'm going to be honest, a lot of this shit don't hold value. Even if you leave it in boxes. Bro, you only able to get what people are willing to pay for it. I don't give a damn if your collection is valued at $2 million. Ain't nobody gonna pay you $2 million. Somebody may offer you $1 million if you got stuff in there that just, you just can't refuse. But you know what? Usually people don't get 100% of what they're asking for, or even 50%. You somewhere around 30, 40%. Or, somewhere in the high 40s if you can. If you found somebody that's seen some stuff that they like, some real fast turners, or some stuff they want themselves. Man, like I said before in many videos, the reason why eBay is faltering the way it is, because there's too many focus on fees. eBay has focused everything on fees and, basic, charging the seller arm and a leg. Now the seller's looking at it like, man, even, like sometimes people will sell like $2 items on there with free shipping. Dude, even a $2 item with free shipping is not even worth selling because you got to pay fees on this. You got to pay the shipping, man. Even doing bulk mass deals don't work on a place like that. You got to go somewhere like Whatnot or somewhere like that, or some of these other online marketplaces, because you know what? eBay has competition now. There's so many places that you could actually sell and make money. But again, at the end of the day, man, when you're trying to sell this shit, you got to make sure you buy a buyer with deep pockets. If you spend money on your stuff and you trying to, just give it away, hell, you have a problem there, because when you giving something away, people expect it for free plus something. Oh man, you getting it away? Man, I don't really got the space, man. I'm gonna need like $1,000 to take it off your hands. And you sitting there like, wait, hold on. Like, this is backwards. But I'm gonna say this again. I'm not talking about quitting. I'm not talking about any of that. I'm talking about, I hear people out here quitting. And to be honest, they got legitimate reasons. You just lost your damn job, and you think collecting gonna save you. You just lost your damn house. You think collecting gonna save you. It ain't gonna do a damn thing. If you can sell that stuff fast enough to a big enough, party, you okay. But if you don't, guess what? You're gonna be nickeled and dimed for every damn item you have. That's why I say when stuff, you need money fast, you need bulk deals, bro. You need somebody that's gonna buy everything. And sometimes, even if shit got sentimental value, you gotta part ways, bro. If you need money, you gotta part ways, motherfucker. If you gonna be under the underpass tomorrow, people talk about, then my toys will be the shit. That shit'll be sold quick. Bro, I don't got time for that. Like I said, this stuff you could get over again. I don't give damn how much you got. You could do this all over again, over and over and over again. But once you get on them streets, it's hard to get off. And that's the thing that people don't understand. They get out here and get on these damn streets and think, oh, I be out here for a month, or, a couple of weeks at most, man, and I be out. People been out there for decades, bro. And you sitting there thinking to yourself, how did this happen? It happened because you got complacent. You thought somebody would come along and fix it. Man, people not really there to fix shit, man. People are there to, basically tell you all the shit you did wrong and it's all your fault and what you need to do to fix it, but nobody ain't gonna help you fix it anymore. People tired, people frustrated, people angry. I'm gonna be honest, man. I was talking about how somebody stole something from my, off my porch, man, and somebody asked, do you got a Ring doorbell? What the hell that's gonna do? That don't stop them. If they realize you ain't home, they still just gonna take it. Well, you can see the picture of the person, but still, that's gonna take work. You gotta take it to the cops, and if it's not of value, cops is not gonna do it. It has to be of a certain monetary value for them to get involved, bro. Petty theft, they ain't doing too much. But you know what? If the theft reached like 500 or something, yes, they will get involved. And this is the thing that I'm looking at, man. People don't understand why you get tired. I said Friday to my friend, I'm going to carry my ass home and sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up. I said, I'm going to shut the fuck up and sit down. And he looked at me like I was saying something to him, like I was disrespecting him. I said, I'm not saying anything negative to you. I said, that's what I'm going to go home and do. I said, because that way I could just be the fuck quiet and nobody can't say any damn thing, man. And that's what you need sometimes. You need to be the fuck quiet. You need to understand what's going on around you. If things are moving, beyond your control, you need to gain control over it. You need to take control of the thing that you can, yourself. Remove yourself from the situation. If you see collecting is bringing you bad energy, you upset all the damn time, collecting do that to me sometimes. I get upset, dude, because I can't find shit. People say, oh man, just pre-order. Man, pre-orders was up 4 o'clock this morning. The early bird gets the worm. Man, I'm not getting up like that. This ain't a job. This is a hobby. I'm not doing all that to get a damn toy. If I can't do it the old-fashioned way, just getting it, dude, I'm not doing all that. See, that's the difference between some collectors and other collectors. I'm not doing all that to get it. I'm not bullshitting. I'm not bitching. It should be online. Hell, if they all sold out, man, you should have more. You do the pre-order, so why the hell you don't get more? If you know you're going to get a ton of people to do it, hell. That's the thing that you think of. All of this shit is based on money. And like I said, at the end of the day, man, they hold on to your money. They make money off your money. And after that, some places charge you ahead of time. Some places charge you only when they ship your item. But some places, man, they hit you quick. They hit you and they lock that money in. They don't lock it in. They take it and let you know, we got that money. We holding that money until. And dude, like I said, to each their own. Pre-order thing, it predates me, man. When I say predates me, man, it didn't exist to me before me, but I'm just saying, it's just like, it's some outdated term. Why are you doing all this, man? Shit should be on the shelves. Why are we doing this? But again, dude, the theft level is crazy in stores now, and all the things that you want. You see the empty packages on the damn ground. You like, they done stole every damn thing. Even going in Ross, they done stole all the shit you tried to get. You like, damn, I finally see the Batcave. Motherfucker, it's missing all the computers and stuff. You see the villain's lair, it's missing a table and some other stuff. You like, damn, like, what are we really doing? You see the superpowers thing is missing the skull ship, missing tentacles. The Blue Beetle bug ship, it's missing the damn legs. You like, what the hell? You see the remote control Spin Master Batmobile in there. It's missing the remote control, the battery. You see the Spin Master's giant bat wing. It's missing a damn pilot. You like, what is going on? They just stealing, bro. And this is what's killing collecting. Stealing. Dude, it's stealing. It's hurting every damn body. And you know, people are just like, look, I'm just done.